So, I finally got my hands on a core box of Final Girl. It only took me, a couple of years and a blood sacrifice to the board game gods. But hey, it's October, it's Ghoul Couch season, and we're doing what we do best, getting weird, getting spooky, and playing games where everyone dies. Horribly. But today we're going to review and talk about the Final Girl. Let's break it down. Ghoul Couch. Hi, hello everybody, my name is Turk and welcome back to Ghoul Couch. Around here we all different kinds of weird TTRPG things, but yes, today my friends we are reviewing and talking about and overviewing The Final Girl to help you know if this would be a good board game for your collection and a game for you to play, or if it's another one for you to just leave out in the middle of the lake for the killer to stumble upon once they climb out of the swamp. And yes, it's Ghoul Couch, which means we're doing spooky and horror-y things all October long, and that also means there's a special edition Ghoul Couch t-shirt that you can get right now on our merch store, link down in description. You can only get it for October, so get it while supplies last. So what is Final Girl? Final Girl is a solo survival horror board game where you are the last one standing in your very own slasher flick. Think Friday the 13th, Cabin in the Woods, Final Destination, had a baby, and then that baby came with custom dice, modular boards, and a very mean rule set. But for this game, you will need two things to play. You need the core box. The core box has all the basic components. It has the rule book, the dice, and the basic little board that you're going to need. And additionally, you're going to need a expansion box, which gives you your killer, your final girl, and your location that you're going to be playing in. Now, every single one of these expansions comes with two heroines, two final girls, one killer, one setting. And this one right here, it's the one that I played, actually. I did an actual play on the channel that you could watch. I played through the whole thing. If you want to learn all of the rules as I play them, I suggest you check out that video. It's called Camp Happy Trails, and it stars a killer called, I'm gonna get it up right here, right now, Hans the Butcher. It's got total Jason Voorhees vibes, a camp and teenagers with bad decisions, and a very large dude with a pig mask and a very large sledgehammer. But the best thing about this here game is that you can mix and match everything, right? So you can pull one killer from one box into a different location from a different box with a different final girl from another different box. You can do that. You want to see the Christmas killer in the Camp Happy Trails game? You can. Go nuts. It's all designed to snap together like a very bloody Lego set. I do believe they actually have 5 different series out now from the recording of this video, and each series has like 5 different expansions. There's also tiny little expansions you can get that just come with little final girls, and each final girl has a different set of HP, different things they get from rescuing survivors, and a different special ability. So that's kind of nice. But this isn't a tutorial, but I'm gonna tell you how this game works to help you decide if it is for you, all right? So if you want to know the rules, again, check the actual play. This whole game right here runs on a loop of action, planning, and panic. You play cards from your hand to take actions like walk, search, attack, and rest. Pretty much all the usual suspects that you're gonna have in a hand of cards designed for a game like this. And you make a dice roll on these cards that you play. You take an action and you roll a dice to see how well that action goes. And you can lose health, you can lose time, all right? You can lose all different kinds of things if you fail your rolls. And you can even discard different cards to be able to still try to succeed with their special edition dice that they include in these things. Let me actually pull out the dice because they're pretty cool. And if you're a dice collector, you're gonna want these. You dice goblins out there. This is also the board. Final Girl board. Very good. You can learn more about that in the actual play video. But here are the dice. They are D6s. So as you can see, 5s and 6s have stars, which means they're straight up successes. 3 and 4s have 2 little card icons, which means you can discard 2 cards from your hand to get a success, and then 1s and 2s are just blank failures. Right, so everything in this game also costs time, okay? So time in this game is kind of like your lifeblood a little bit. When the time runs out, bad things happen, all right? The killer gets more bloodlust whenever you lose time, and the less time you have, the less dice you get to roll for a chance to succeed. And of course, victims will panic and everything starts going downhill very, very fast. You start out in this game succeeding and feeling good, then all of a sudden you're just like, there's no way I'm gonna win, it's over. I didn't plan well enough in the beginning. It's tough. So your final girl, like I said, has health. The killer has health. And the horror tracker determines how many dice, like I said, that you get whenever you roll. The scarier things get, more horror, the less dice you get to roll. Which means the worse things get, the more likely it is for things to get even more worse. Like I said, rolling dice in Final Girl kind of feels like screaming, oh, don't go in there at yourself, because you're going to go in there anyway, because it's the decision you already made, but you rolled bad on it, so it's going to go terribly. Each turn, you can try to rescue victims, or survivors, like I said, and you can loot items from the map or straight up try and fight the killer, which you will have to do eventually. So you're going to want to get them items and you're going to want to save them survivors so you can try and win. So if you save enough victims in this game, you unlock your final girl's special ability. In my playthrough, I played Lori, and once she had rescued enough campers, she unlocked a bonus that allowed her to deal extra damage whenever she actually did manage to hit the killer, which I think I only did one time. You know, it's like that little cinematic moment when the final girl finally stops running and starts swinging. She's got enough bravery, she's ready to deal some damage. But that's pretty much the base of it. Let's talk a little bit now about what makes this thing cool. First off, the design of these boxes is wild. I don't know if you've seen me taking the boxes off, but this is the expansion box, but it's magnetized right here, and it actually comes off and then serves as one of the game boards. And it's double-sided, so each one comes with a killer and a map, right? And they magnetize right on there. The design of these boxes is fantastic. Some of the coolest design I've seen in a while, but I do play TTRPGs and not very many board games, so maybe innovation has just happened and I haven't noticed. But what I will say is that is fantastic. And it kind of does also remind me of like opening a VHS tape from the 80s, you know, and finding a murder mystery movie on the inside. It's kind of what it feels like. Secondly, the dice system in this game is very cool. We have custom dice faces, all right? Like I said before, the stars mean successes, blanks mean failure, and the card system allows you to burn cards to get successes, or you could even do re-rolls if you get a certain kind of card, right? Every roll in this game feels a little bit dangerous, and every success feels a little bit earned. The more action cards you play, the more risk that you run of failing. Third, we need to talk about the theme of this thing. Final Girl has a whole B-movie horror energy about it. My hobby, TTRPGs and board games, does not have a lot of slasher B-movie themes out there. So it's really cool for this to take a step into this world. I mean, since, 2021, I'm kind of late to this game. But the lore cards, the terror deck, the item descriptions, it's all dripping with campy slasher goodness, all right? One moment you're finding an aluminum bat, and the next you're being chased across the lake by a 7-foot-tall butcher in a pig mask. That's what I'm talking about. It's horror comedy in a box. It's wonderful, it's lovely, it's awesome. Additionally, there are so many cool expansions. There's a Freddy Krueger one, there's a Mrs. Claus one, there's a like Poppy's Playtime, there's a Freddy Fazbear one, I think is one of the new ones they did. There's all different kinds of expansions for this game. As long as you have the core box, you can get expansions like it ain't nobody's business. And they all run like 15 to 25 bucks. You can get an expansion for on the cheap, and you got a whole new game to play. All right? Very, very cool. And then you can mix and match your favorite ones together. Very sick. So what is not so great though? Let's talk about the bad a little bit here with this here game, all right? I will say fair warning straight up, Final Girl I don't think is for everyone, okay? The setup of this game can be a little fiddly, right? It could take a little bit of time. There's a lot of, thank you Creative Cloud for the update. There's a lot of components to manage in this game, right? It's one of those games that looks clean once it's on the table and when it's in the box. But when you open the box and you're trying to set everything up, there's hundreds of little teeny tiny pieces and little mini guys and things you got to manage and put together. And then you're like, what are these for? And you're like, I don't know. You put them back in the box and then you're reading the rules and it's like, oh, it's for that. You got to like double check, right? There's a lot of fiddly little pieces and a lot of things you got to manage in this game. It's a tiny little box, but there's a lot in there. But once it's all set up on the table, it really does click. But I will say it's going to take a couple of rounds for things to click when you start playing it for the first time. My first round, I was double checking, making sure I was doing everything. But once I was playing, it's so simple and so easy, but you just kind of got to get there to understand it, right? Also, finding a core box of this game right now can be a little bit of a nightmare, all right? This box that I found was at Barnes & Noble, and I found it behind a bunch of other board games, like someone hid it back behind them, like they were going to come back and buy it later, because they knew how rare it was to find one of these bad boys, okay? Especially the original one with the Happy Trails. Finding that, I don't think so. I think Van Ryder Games, that's who made this, by the way. I don't think I said that at the top. You can probably get it on their website. But any like online retailers and stuff, finding a Final Girl Claw box is going to take a little bit of effort, is what I'm saying. It's not impossible, but it's going to take effort. So if you do see this bad boy at a Barnes & Noble, just grab it. Just pick it up. And if you see it at your local game store or you don't, request them to get it, all right? Because support your local game stores. That's right. I'll include as many links as I can down in the description for you to try to get it yourself, but good luck. Otherwise, you're going to be screaming, why didn't I pick it up when I got the chance later, okay? Here's my experience, though. How did it go for me? Well, let's just say Hans the Butcher made a pulled Turk sandwich. I saved some campers, I found a revolver, and I actually managed to hit him one whole time before he absolutely destroyed me. The end of the game just ended very abruptly. My final health token was blank, dead, roll credits. But I did have a blast with it, all right? It was a full 2-hour session that felt like I was starring in my own slasher film. Of course, I cut the video down to only 40 minutes, so you can check out that actual play on the channel. But, except, there was an idiot who ran into the woods by himself without a weapon, and guess who that was? Me! Righteous. So is this for you, if you like horror, solo, board gaming, and that delicious mix of tension and chaos in modular, collectible board games that you can get? Little collectible boxes with all different kinds of killers in them, with full details and text and description. Each one of the little cards in this thing has a little text on it talking about what it's what, a little bit of flavor, and we love that. If you want a puzzle game where everything goes to plan, though, run away from this. Final Girl is unforgiving and cinematic, and it's kind of the right kind of mean, right? It's a challenge, so you have to strategize to get through it. It's weird that there's videos out there that cover this board game about strategic ways to win, because there are little rewards that you actually get for winning with different Final Girls. There's these little envelopes that, of course, you can just open if you fucking want to, but if you play the right way, you do not open those envelopes until you win with that specific Final Girl, and I think that's cool. I don't know what's in them. I have no idea, because I haven't won yet. Anyways, for me, this one's a keeper, all right? I'm already planning to hopefully pick up the Christmas expansion because Murder Clause needs to happen on Ghoul Couch in December if I can find the time. That's what I'm saying. What do you guys think about this game, all right? I really would love to know your thoughts right now. Like 9 out of 10 for me, I think. It's a little fiddly, but once you get there, it's very fun. Once you get going, at least. But I was 2 hours in, and I was very tired, and I was still enjoying myself, so it's very cool. Anyways, thanks for watching, weirdos. If you dug this video, please remember to hit that like button to let me know, because I really would love to cover some more Final Girl stuff here on the channel. And by you liking, lets me know you enjoyed it, so I might cover some more stuff, all right? And if you want to see more Final Girl actual plays or reviews of the killers or locations, drop it down in the comments. If there's a specific one that you want me to see and pick up and review before you pick it up so you can know what's up with it, let me know, all right? But for now, my friends, take a seat on the couch and roll initiative. At least for a little while. Roll on that, weirdos, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Take a seat on the couch, everybody. Roll initiative. At least for a little while. I'll see you next time. Roll on that, weirdos. Bye-bye.